Yeah. This is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live. I'ma need 5 on it.
You watching
If they
Black
put
College
overtime
Live.
on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it, marching 100 how you want it. Before you see me blitz, might see a twitch. They think it was a glitch, went from player to a owner. Now I just be doing what I wanna. Big body, I don't even need a sponsor. I be stacking comma at the comma. Kiss a guy with good karma. I get it different, I be working on my off day. Into that paper, I go underlay. I get it different, I be working on my off day. Into that paper, I gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now.
How you doing? You watching Black College Live with Jay and Tiff.
What up, though? What up, though?
Welcome.
We're at the home of the HBCU national champion, North Carolina Central Eagles, here on Black College Live.
That's what I want to see. I got to learn how to do this before I go. Now, is it like this? Is it like this? Oh, it's like this. Okay, it's like this.
Hey, Jay Walker, Tiffany Green, delighted to be with you here in Durham, North Carolina, in the Greek Bowl. This is where the students assemble here for Black College Live. There's so much in store for us. We've got to obviously talk about the MEAC standings. So many implications as that sprint to the Cricket Celebration Bowl, and of course, Jay's Gimme 5 in the process, and we'll preview some games as well.
You know what's unique? As I was coming through the airport, somebody said, "Oh wow, you're back in Durham." You know what I told them? As long as the Eagles keep winning, I'm going to keep on coming back. They are soaring down here in Durham, North Carolina.
Jumping into the HBCU headlines, and we talk about the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Conference play kicked off last week, and so an important and crucial game with South Carolina State in town to take on North Carolina Central. How do things unfold within the MEAC?
I think when you talk to every coach, they tell you it's winner take all every week. And what North Carolina Central saw last week at Morgan State is what North Carolina Central is going to see the rest of the year. Every team is coming after the Eagles because they're the number one team in HBCU football. But also you figure the fact that it's a very competitive. MEAC teams were very competitive in non-conference play. They take on South Carolina State. South Carolina State, memo, the Bulldogs beat the Eagles last year. So now the Eagles have a little bit of get back on their mind, but I think it's going to be like that week in and week out. And let's not forget, they still have to play the conference co-champions from a season ago, Howard University Bison.
That game will be coming up November 11th. Meanwhile, we talk about Howard, and we were at their homecoming last weekend.
Slow down.
Diddy?
Don't just say
Diddy
their
did his
homecoming.
thing.
You were at the granddaddy of them all when it comes
The
to homecoming.
revival of homecoming at Howard University, and Diddy making good on his promise to his alma mater and donating that $1 million.
You know, one thing about HBCU homecomings, and I've said it before, we've said it, nobody tailgates better than the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference in terms of HBCU homecomings, period. Howard's going to lead it off. All the Central's going to have a great one as well. But the reason you have homecoming is for people like Diddy to come back, see everybody, and dropping off that check for that $1 million that he promised them a season ago.
All right, he did so also at the beginning of the year at the MEAC Swag Challenge, donating that $1 million to Jackson State as well. As we look to the bordering state, South Carolina, you got to figure Chennis Berry has done an amazing job with that Benedict Tiger program, and he is leading the way in Division II, currently ranked as high as 5th in the D2 polls.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? You know we talk about the big boys, the SWAC and the MEAC, but in terms of that SIAC and Division II HBCU football, the Benedict Tigers have it on lock. I mean, they're playing to try and compete for a national championship. So I'm sure the rest of the HBCU community is pulling for Benedict to continue to have success, not just in the regular season, but in the postseason to see if they can bring that championship home.
All right, make sure you subscribe to Black College Live, our YouTube channel. Follow us on our social platforms as well. Coming up, we'll have more about the history of North Carolina Central University, plus what makes this place great. Come back with us for more.
never been more exciting to be a fan of HBCU marching bands, as ESPN's Band of the Year will debut this December. The championship will be the culmination of a season-long competition where bands' halftime performances will be ranked by a committee of marching band experts. 4 bands, the top 2 from Division I and Division II, will earn the right to compete for the national title in Atlanta on December 15th, the night before the Cricket Celebration Bowl. For more information, visit ESPNBandoftheYear.com.
There is something greater than finishing first.
True champions stand on principles.
We fight for the right causes. We believe
in the power of teamwork, whether in rebounding, receiving, or in research.
In service and in sportsmanship.
Only a few have what it really takes.
We develop the talent. We unleash the potential.
It all boils down to this. Now
is the time. This is the place.
We are MEAC.
Let's check out our Starwatch Player of the Week. It goes to Howard University's Kenny Gallup Jr., the defensive back for the Bison, produced a season-high 11 total tackles, but most importantly, he delivered the game-clinching interception to secure Howard's homecoming victory over Norfolk State.
Don't forget to subscribe to our Black College Live YouTube channel and follow on these social platforms.
Here are this week's HBCU Cricket Celebration Powerball rankings. Coming in at number 5, it's the Panthers of Prairie View A&M representing the Lone Star State of Texas. At number 4, it's Jackson State University. At number 3, Big Blue Tennessee State continuing to do impressive things for head coach Eddie George. The number 2 team are the Rattlers of Florida A&M, but they face a stiff challenge this week at home as they host Prairie View A&M. And the number 1 team in HBCU football is the reigning champions from a season ago, the Eagles of North Carolina Central University. Not quite making it, but on the bubble, Benedict and Alcorn State.
At the core of us all burns a passion for greatness. It's the rhythm of our hearts, the desire to ascend to greater heights, the drive to persevere and push beyond expectations. At North Carolina Central University, we fan that flame in an innovative and inclusive community driven by a relentless pursuit of excellence. It's here at NCCU, in the heart of Research Triangle, that you will soar with the Eagles and discover what's central to you.
Championship football, the exciting sounds of iconic marching bands, an HBCU family reunion, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, December 16th in the ATL, MEAC champion, SWAC champion, a rivalry matchup at one of the world's finest venues. The celebration starts early with the Coca-Cola fan experience and continues until an HBCU national champion is crowned. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is the place you'll want to be. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com. A champion will rise.
Welcome back to Black College Live. I am Gabriel Basin, the 24th Mr. North Carolina Central University.
And I am Gabriella Ross, and I honorably serve as the 81st Miss North Carolina Central University.
At North Carolina Central University, we study to be innovators in our careers and to be leaders in our community.
We follow in the footsteps of our founder, Dr. James E. Shepard, and other historical figures in Durham, North Carolina, to uphold our school's legacy. Tiffany Green has more.
In the heart of Durham, you'll find North Carolina Central University, home of the Eagles. Just 2 miles north from campus lives the street that helped build North Carolina Central, Parish Street, a.k.a. Black Wall Street of North Carolina. With a vision of growing a community of educated African Americans and generational wealth within families, African American businessman and pharmacist Dr. James E. Shepard founded North Carolina Central in 1910. In the early 1900s, Durham was a community of successful variety of Black-owned businesses, and the fostering of Black entrepreneurship helped them earn the name the capital of the Black middle class during the times. Today, North Carolina Central University is widely known as one of the top 6 HBCU law schools, the Albert Turner L Law School, and one of the top HBCUs for business administration, nursing, kinesiology, and communication. It's also home to the 2022 Cricket Celebration Bowl champs that took down a Deion Sanders-led Jackson State team in Atlanta. The first black mayor of Atlanta, Maynard Jackson. How about the highly successful attorney Willie Gary, NBA Hall of Famer Sam Jones, and singer Sunshine Anderson are all proud graduates of North Carolina Central University. Through truth and service, North Carolina Central University continues to lead its communities to new and higher heights and build toward generational impacts like Dr. James E. Shepard and the people of Black Wall Street of North Carolina.
Back here on Black College Live. Hey, ran into a couple of Eagle football players, Davius, Richard Lartrell Collier, the QB and the running back who do their thing on the field, but they also are known as Pee Wee and Mookie. All right, so today, who are you?
I'm going as Pee Wee today.
Okay, going as Pee Wee. And then who does Mookie turn into when he gets on the football field?
Oh, I stay Mookie. I stay Mookie.
In terms of what it feels like already having a MEAC championship under your belt, the HBCU national championship as well, and you're looking to repeat, how difficult is it to manage those expectations?
Well, it's not really too difficult. We know what we did last year, but we always say, last year is last year. This is a new season, new team. So those expectations that we have amongst ourselves, we just go and practice every day, and it goes into our preparation. But, we always say, we want to get back there, but it starts on what our preparation and what we do throughout the week, and we got to go game by game. So, Lord willingly, we make it there, but we got to go 1-0 today.
Cool as ever, and the guy standing next to me, Davius Richard, remains at that thermostat temperature. How do you manage or handle just when things are chaotic and out of sorts? Like, how do you make sure that you remain calm for your team on the field?
First and foremost, I'm a big believer in God, so I try to get him all my worries and problems and just know that he's going to handle it, whether it's good or bad. And even if it is bad, it's just like a lesson learned. So I put a lot of faith in God.
Two outstanding student athletes, and I want to point that out, student athletes, because they are both working on their masters. And you were just recently named, Davius, as a William Campbell finalist. And what does that mean to you when you get that honor?
It's just a blessing, man. Just because I didn't just come to play football. I came for education. It's just to see that all the hard work and dedication that I put through all my 4 years here is being recognized. I can't really explain it. It's just a loss for words.
In terms of your experience here, Mookie, and what you were able to do, internship in the compliance office, some of the things that you learn as being, I got it right, the executive assistant to the deputy AD.
It was great. I was able to see what's going on behind the scenes for us. Of course, we could always call up there and ask them, can you do this and do that, but not really knowing what they have going on. But I was able to see that and actually work and do things like that and go to internships and was able to network. That's the biggest thing, was networking. So I just know that, whenever football's done with, just because of the internship I did and the position that they put me in, that I'm going to be in a great position to land, a pretty good job in my field, man.
Leaders in the classroom community as well as the football field. Before I let you go, I have to know, what's it like playing for one another? And then who in your mind is Pee Wee?
It's a blessing. Every day I step on the field out there with him, it's a blessing. He's, a great guy, a great quarterback, just a great overall guy. And like I said, every day being able to work with him is a blessing, man. He can do everything, anything and everything that you need him to do, on and off the field. Pee Wee, he's great. There's no ways to really describe him as just the GOAT, man. So.
All right, now, Lartrell, a.k.a. Mookie, you saw that stiff arm in last year's Cricket Celebration Bowl. What's this guy like on the field?
It's kind of hard to follow what he just said, but nothing short of a blessing, man. Just knowing him the last 4 years. I mean, we had heart-to-heart conversations before, and he kind of already know, but if you don't, I tell everybody, man, this is my brother, my ride or die. Just knowing what he been through personally, through football, life, how he grew up and stuff like that. And he just don't know, he really like a top motivator for me as far as just school-wise. And you can say he graduated in December. I'm trying to be like him in a couple years. So he pushed me a lot.
Thank you for allowing me to go underneath the helmet, fellas, get to know you just a little bit more. And that's an example of culture over scheme. That's something that Trey Oliver preaches year in and year out, and he's standing by with our Jay Walker.
Wow, what an outstanding job. And, Coach, I know you must be proud of the job that those guys represent. Y'all give it up for them players right there, putting it on the line for you on a weekly basis. But Coach Oliver, you and I, we've talked several times before, and it's becoming routine that's coming down here. Trey Oliver, North Carolina Central football, synonymous with winning. How do you keep the winning culture going?
It's all about the culture, man. Doing the right things on and off the field, and guys staying humble and hungry. So that's the biggest thing. Staying in the moment, not looking too far ahead. Questions you want to ask me about Atlanta and everything else.
Oh, them questions coming. Because we are in North Carolina, right?
That's it.
And there's this great North Carolina philosopher, and he used to say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. But once you beat the man, the hard part is staying the man.
That's it.
Woo! So what are y'all going to do to stay the man?
We're going to beat South Carolina State at 7:30 tonight. That's what we're going to do.
I got you. Can't top that no more. Congratulations on the job you're doing. They've added some star power here to Durham, if you don't know. And speaking of stars, Tiff, I know one of your favorite parts of the show is coming up. What's up, Tiff?
Oh, yeah, the Greeks of the week. We got 3 that just crossed over. The probate show was Wednesday in front of the Student Center. So let's give it up right now for Phi Beta Sigma, the Gamma chapter, Tau Psi of Omega Psi Phi, and Beta Omicron of Sigma Gamma Rho. Y'all take us to break.
I was mobbing through the beach, yeah, the city by the sea. Mama tried to keep me home, but I love the street. I was cooking up a key, trying to serve it to the street. Couple had beef, so I had the chief keep. I got homies from the 2, I got homies from the 3. I keep everything neutral, I just want to smoke a leaf. I was running up a check, try me, he gon' get the tag. Hear a lot of talk, ain't impressed me yet. I'm in Houston V live, throwing racks, that's a bet. And you ain't a real if you don't rep your set. Push it, push it, push it.
This is a story of famous dog. For the dog that chases its tail will be busy. These are clapping dogs, rhythmic dogs, harmonic dogs, house dogs, street dogs, dogs of the world unite, dancing dogs.
Come to South Carolina State University. Here you'll find unlimited possibilities for wherever you want your college career to take you. Since 1896, we've trained generations of scholars and leaders, building a legacy of excellence. Explore our stellar academic programs, including nuclear engineering, military science, biology, education, computer science, agribusiness, and more. Enjoy student-focused activities and organizations and discover your passion. Dare to be great. Enroll now and join our legacy of excellence at South Carolina State University.
It has never been more exciting to be a fan of HBCU marching bands, as ESPN's Band of the Year will debut this December. The championship will be the culmination of a season-long competition where bands' halftime performances will be ranked by a committee of marching band experts. 4 bands, the top 2 from Division I and Division II, will earn the right to compete for the national title in Atlanta on December 15th, the night before the Cricket Celebration Bowl. For more information, visit ESPNBandoftheYear.com. This week on our Alumni Spotlight, we're highlighting HBCU legendary coach Bill Hayes. Bill Hayes was born and raised right here in Durham, North Carolina, where he would go on to attend North Carolina Central University. As a member of the Eagles football team, Hayes was a 3-time All-American playing center and linebacker.
Following his graduation in 1965, Hayes began coaching at the high school level before going on to be the head coach at Winston-Salem State University from 1976 to 1987, and eventually would go on to be the head coach at North Carolina A&T. Hayes has the most wins in the history of both Winston-Salem State and North Carolina A&T with a combined record of 195 wins, 104 losses, and 2 ties. Over the course of his career, he led Winston-Salem State to 3 CIAA championships and North Carolina A&T to 3 MEAC championships, along with 2 HBCU national titles. And he was, the athletic director here, Jay Walker, as well. And he did something very pivotal.
Well, you know, one thing about Bill Hayes, I remember he coached at A&T when I was playing at Howard, and I'll never forget, we were getting with the Aggies, right? And I know y'all like that. We were getting with the Aggies. So we're up by a lot at halftime, and I'm going into the locker room, and I say, Coach Hayes, I got a little more for you. And he turned around, he had that one little eye, and when he got pissed off, got a little cross-eyed on you, and said, I shouldn't have said that. We escaped with the victory, but it could have been easier done if I just would have kept my big mouth shut.
We got an opportunity to give him his flowers on the national stage on an ESPN College Football Awards program a few years back, so giving you your flowers now, Bill Hayes. Meanwhile, we're on the campus of North Carolina Central University, and Jay, you've got to give us a little taste of your Gimme 5 this week.
Absolutely. No, this is a quick Gimme 5. We've been here a lot, so I'm thinking, what are the 5 things that come to mind when I first think of North Carolina Central University? Number 5, Maynard Jackson. Maynard Jackson, the former mayor of Atlanta, was an alumnus of North Carolina Central University. When you come on campus, you have to learn. Y'all ever heard somebody named James Shepard? James Shepard founded the university, was the president for almost 40 years down here. And then, you know, they're eagles, right? Eagles are a little bit different than other birds. See, eagles fly high. They soar above everybody. 2, they got 2 fantastic football players right now, Pee-wee and Mookie. And one's easy. Number 1, they're the number 1 HBCU football team in the country right now, getting the job done at North Carolina Central. Not quite making this list, but if I'm thinking long-term, North Carolina Central, you have to give it up to Pro Basketball Hall of Famer Sam Jones, who went to North Carolina Central University.
I'll chime in with Tiff's 2 cents here. You talked about the Eagles. Don't they say Eagle Pride amplified? Okay, there. And then the exceptional School of Law. Maynard Jackson, a graduate up there, as well as Willie Gary and a number of others. So much great history here at North Carolina Central University, and it continues with these students behind us. All right, Jay. So we got to get into game preview, but we'll talk about it on the other side of the break. Some interesting games that will be coming up, and we've got to pay attention to them. Come back with us here to Black College Live.
Championship football, the exciting sounds of iconic marching bands, an HBCU family reunion, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, December 16th in the ATL, MEAC champion, SWAC champion, a rivalry matchup at one of the world's finest venues. The celebration starts early with the Coca-Cola fan experience and continues until an HBCU national champion is crowned. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is the place you'll want to be. For more information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com. A champion will rise.
Get lit, get hype, get lit, get hype. We're NCCU. Who are you? We're NCCU. Who are you? Them Bulldogs talk smack, but I bet they won't clap that no.
Hey, welcome back to Black College Live.
Who are you?
NCCU.
Who are you? Okay, I like that.
We'll get a chance to see exactly who NCCU is as they take on South Carolina State. But first, let's preview a couple of other games as well. It's homecoming down in Tallahassee as FAMU hosts Prairie View A&M.
Yeah, homecomings are big. Homecomings are big. It means a lot for Florida A&M. But you know what? We've got games on the schedule, so we've got 3 games we're going to preview. Let's get our guy in here, our resident chef, Coach Chef. Come on in here, because I'm going to put you on the hot seat before we do all this stuff here. So we got 3 games. Now, I'm going to tell you, Florida A&M versus Prairie View for Florida A&M's homecoming. Florida A&M is the number 2 ranked team in all of HBCU football. I've got Prairie View at number 5 in HBCU football going into Bragg Stadium, taking on the Rattlers there. Do they have a chance?
That's a tough deal. I think when you go into Tallahassee, I can't remember the last time they lost at home. I can't remember the last time they lost
behind that.
So, hey, I'll have to go with FAMU. We're going to strike again.
All right, you heard it here. Okay, now, Magic City Classic down in Birmingham, Alabama, Alabama State, Alabama A&M. Who's it go to?
Alabama State won a huge game the other day in homecoming. It was a spoiler, and I like the fact that they're playing better this time of the year, but I'm going to have to go with the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M.
You're such a homer. You coached there for so many years. You just can't let it go.
His record is undefeated right now, folks, so just stick with Coach Chef. Meanwhile, Jay, let's preview South Carolina State and North Carolina Central and what to look forward to in that game.
Yeah, this is a game they all want to see. They want to check it out there to see. Can they hold on against a team, South Carolina State, which has been to the Cricket Celebration Bowl just 2 seasons ago? So I think the matchup is going to come down to the trenches. South Carolina State, when they're playing their best football, they're very physical. They can push you around a little bit. North Carolina Central playing their best football is when they get off to a fast start. They have not gotten off to fast starts in many of their games this season. I think that's going to be the key. Can they get off to a fast start?
So with all that information, Coach Chef, who's it going to be?
South Carolina State is playing some good football right now. But I'm flying with the Eagles. I'm flying with the Eagles.
All right there, you heard it here. We're wrapping up Black College Live from Durham, North Carolina on the campus of North Carolina Central. Eagle Pride Amplify. We out.
Yeah. This is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. This Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it. If they put overtime on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it, marching 100.